Yo guys, Maurice here, Rapid Gamer, and as you can see we are back on F1 2019 with some more league racing. It is now round 7 of the GMT league and we've closed the gap in the championship to Drumloon, and now we're just trying to focus on scoring as much points as possible in the race. It is Italy. I'm feeling pretty confident at this track. So now we've got 2 red lights, 3, 4, 5 red lights. There's 5 red lights go out now, just trying to get a good start, leading a hot lap because I find I get a bit better traction. We're getting a pretty decent start now and we're pulling up alongside ABR Nick in the Haas. And now I was just thinking better of it. I'm just thinking of the long run and I didn't really try and go for the move there, making a little bit of contact with the back of him, but getting a good exit and checking if there's any damage. We don't have any damage, but now we're tucked in the slipstream. We pull to the inside but he covers us off, so now we're going to switch to the outside. But yet again I just thought better of it. It's a long race, but you can see now he actually makes a mistake there, and again we're putting him under a lot of pressure, but again I just thought better of it. And it was a long race and I'm just going to try and stay in the DRS, and you know, because this is a very long track and a very fast track as well with a lot of DRS straights, so it's important to just stay in the DRS zone as it allows you to gain so much time. So now I was just feeling pretty comfortable with my pace. I knew ABR Nick was quick as well, as his quality pace is outstanding, and now I'm just trying to stay with him as much as possible, make sure that he doesn't break away from us, but at the same time just try and keep consistent and save our tyres for the long game. So you can see now throwing it in the car quite a lot. Definitely here is the key is to be smooth at this track, because you know there's only 4 or 6 proper corners and the rest is straight, so smoothness is very key on this track. So braking just after the 150 meter board, so we're very good on the brakes as we gain some time there. So I was feeling pretty comfortable with sticking with him as we're running quite low downforce. I think we're running 1.4 wings, so we are very quick in a straight line as well. And you can see now on lap 2 we've already got a full safety car. Like, we haven't even done 2 laps. It's basically on the first lap we've got a full safety car, so it allows us to save the tyres as well. So the safety car comes in on the end of lap 4, so I'm just trying to stay as close to him as possible, get the best restart, going side by side. A rich and hot lap. It also allowed to save some fuel, but we got caught out a little bit there in the safety car restart. We're coming under pressure from my teammate there, Logshutter, who's on the medium tyres. So now we're in rich and overtake, getting the ABR Nick there, giving us a little bit of a slipstream there, so thank you to him. And we brake later than Logshutter as he's on the medium tyres, so that we comfortably retake our position. ABR Nick getting a little bit out of control there, so we're now putting him under pressure. You can see that we've already gapped our teammate already behind, and now we're starting to put him under a little bit of pressure. But really I was just thinking of the long game again, not going to go for any Larry moves, as we need to keep bagging a lot of points, a lot of good points as well, as there's a bit of contact that happened back behind, so I'm not really sure what happened there. So now I'm feeling pretty comfortable. I think he's also on the controller as well, ABR Nick, so he will be struggling at the end of the race for tyre wear and things like that. So now I'm just trying to stay within the DRS, because it will take 3 laps for the DRS to come back online, as it is very powerful on this game. It allows us to save ERS and fuel, getting our first warning there. So really I was focused on just keeping it smooth, keeping it tight. You see he's trying to desperately break the slipstream, because he knows that once you're in the DRS it's very hard to brake it. So this is his time to really push, but you can just see how much later we are on the brakes, and we're very smooth and our pace is feeling really strong, and you can just see we're in his slipstream and there's nowhere really he can go. So just moving on now to the end of lap 6, starting lap 7. He sets the fastest lap of the race, but we are still comfortably in the DRS zone and he has not been able to break it. So now we are very you know, we've got a good gap. We're feeling very comfortable with the setup as well, especially with that low downforce. It really does benefit out this track. And now all it is just, you know, stay in his DRS. We can start DRS swapping as well, which is really powerful in this game. But really I was focused on building as much as a gap to my teammate behind, as he is on the medium tyre, so he will be on the softer tyre towards the end of the race, making him more of a threat towards the end of the race. unless we can break a bigger gap. So you can see now on the end of lap 7 we have stayed very close to him, really close to him, so he's trying to defend this, but really the DRS is so powerful he doesn't even bother. He pulls back over to the racing line because he knows how powerful it is. There's no point defending this big straight, and that is up now into P1, sorry, and with little lockup, but we managed to keep the car under control and we're up into P1. And all it is about consistency. I didn't want to take too many risks because we are starting to close the gap down to our championship rival Drumloon, and it's all about beating our teammate as well, Logshot, as he is very close to us in the championship as well. And now I was just feeling really focused and confident for the race ahead. So moving on now to lap 9, we have another safety car. So that's 2 safety cars already in this race, and now I felt, you know, tyre wear is really low at this track as there is only 6 proper corners, and so we're going to decide to pit this lap, as you can see on the MFD there, and we're going to go for the medium tyres as durability is very high around this track. So we decided to come into the pits. We actually started to break a bit of a gap to the cars behind as well, so our pace was very strong, and especially tyre management, I felt like we can manage our tyres really well. So a nice clean pit stop. We don't get hailed or anything, as some cars actually decide to carry on because I think they actually pitted early in this race due to collisions and stuff like that. So we're down into P3, but we're on fresh mediums, and the guy ahead is on worn hard. So really I was feeling very confident for this race, and I knew that these medium tyres could go to the end. 17 laps is doable, especially with the low tyre wear. But you can actually see now our championship rival Drumloon is actually in P1 on medium tyres, but his tyres are 11 laps old, as he had to pit on lap 1 because he had a bit of a collision at the start. We had a really good safety car restart, and we're already pouncing on the Red Bull, and we've already gone up into P2, breezing past him. He didn't choose to defend this, and we are up now into P2 behind our championship rival, and we're on fresher tyres. So really now I was feeling so comfortable because I just knew how much quicker we'd be, and our teammate is actually pitted for the hard tyres. So now at this stage of the race I knew that I have a very good chance of winning this race, because you know, I knew that the medium tyres could make it to the end. I'm not sure if my teammate didn't know that, but now we're on the better tyres, we're on the softer compound, and our championship rival ahead will have to make another stop because his tyres are so worn, as we almost lose the car there. So now I'm just checking if he has any penalties, but I don't think that he does. But either way, we still have more pace than him. I did feel like I had a lot better pace than him, and I was just focused on just staying, staying in the slipstream, staying within the DRS for when it comes back. There's no need to push too hard with him, no need to take any risks. I was just thinking about the long run, and as after this race there will only be 3 rounds left of this championship, and it is so close at the top of the table. So now you can see we're just comfortably in the slipstream, and we can see how quick we are in a straight line. We've already gapped our teammate behind, and as you can see we are on the medium tyres, but there is already another safety car literally not long after the first one came out, and already we have another safety car. And yeah, it's just such a crazy league race how many safety cars we have, and our tyres are not even that worn, as our team actually decides to come into the pits, and that has actually kind of benefited them. But me, I was feeling comfortable. My tyres were pretty much brand new. We still got a lot of life in them. I knew I could get to the end on these tyres anyway, so there was no need really for me to pit. But thinking about it, it wouldn't have hurt to pit, but I didn't need to at the time. I went for trap position as our tyres are still in very good condition. So now I'm leading the pack, just trying to get a very good safety car restart, just slowing the pack down and trying to catch them out as much as possible. So now we decide to go and we floor it, and we get a very good restart. And our teammate though has got a better one, and he's on the soft compound tyres, so he's going to be very quick at the start of the race. and you can see the Toro Rosso there, Jamie as well, really high up in this race, so he's doing well in this race. And really I was just trying to hold my teammate behind and pray that like they start to battle, because I know he'll be very quick as he's on fresh soft. So really what he wants to do is get past me as quick as possible, as he is in the championship fight as well. So now I'm trying to go defensive as we have another full safety car already, so that actually benefited me. I didn't really mind about that, because I knew that the longer I didn't have the DRS was disabled, the better it would be for me, because the DRS is so powerful, so I could just about keep my teammate behind. But this time we do not get a very good safety car restart, and our teammate is right with us now, and he's in our slipstream, and really there's nothing I can do but defend as much as possible. So we give him a little squeeze, and it's all about who blinks first, and he brakes latest, but we actually lock up and make a mistake, and we accidentally force him wide, as that is just an error from me. But then doing so, he does cut the corner and gains an advantage, but that was an error from me there, locking up. But we're still gaining on him now, so now we're going to try and put him under some pressure, but we don't think I'm not close enough for a move yet. And we've got ABR Nick as well on the soft tyre behind us, so now I was just starting to really think about the long run and just push as much as possible, leaving it in Rich, and I need to stay with him as much as possible and stay in the DRS. Try to really is the best I can do, as we are still in the DRS. You can see now he's swerving all over the track to really just try and break the DRS, and so am I. And now I'm having to defend from ABR Nick behind, as I literally just lock up and we just overshoot the corner and making contact with my teammate, but I was looking for him not to spin out, and that was just an error from me there. You can see the tyres are starting to deteriorate, and ABR Nick put us under quite a bit of pressure there, and you can see we're barely any ERS, and now I'm just trying to defend from him as much as possible, as I think our teammate does have a 3-second time penalty there. So now it was at this moment in time I was just really just trying to keep ABR Nick behind as much as possible. But as with that damage, we're just starting to struggle as well, because the tyres are going off and we've got that damage, and we've lost the DRS to our teammate, so really there's nothing we can do. ABR Nick's just going to breeze past, and really there's no point fighting it, and we only have 3% ERS as well, so we're really struggling. So now I was just thinking if the Haas could just drag us up to our teammate, and at this stage in the race I think that the Haas driver did also have a penalty, so really I was just thinking about the long run and just saying if there's not long left in this Grand Prix, and we could really get some strong points, as our championship rival I think is quite low down, so this will be good for the championship. So now it's just all about consistency really, as it's so tight at the top of the championship. But as we move now on to the last lap, we weren't able to catch up to my teammate, but we're still in the DRS zone, so you can just see that the soft tyres did start to fall off, but with that damage we just couldn't keep with them, as our tyres are quite old ourselves. But you can see how the good pace we had, if we didn't have that damage, we'd still probably with them, as the Haas is actually still gaining on my teammate, and he is getting close, but I just don't think that he will be close enough to pounce and make a move for the end of the race. But now I was just feeling pretty happy. We were on the podium, and now just chucking it in as much as possible, getting as close to them as possible, as ABR Nick almost loses the car there as well. We come across the line to take what position? P1. We got no penalties that race, so that was a very good consistent race, as the guys behind got penalties as well. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate that. After the race, appeals were made and we did get P2 in the end, so it was really close in the top of the table really, and shout out to my teammate getting the win, Log Shutter. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did enjoy this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and make sure you hit that notification bell as well to be notified when I put out more content.